Howdy, this is Michael, and this is Marc. We are from the band Zet, and I have here with me the engineer and vocal person from the band, and we're going to do an interview today, and it's going to be great, but I'm not going to freak out, because I'm kind of freaking out, so I just needed to say that so I can just kind of just feel a little bit better. Alright, here we go. Marc.
Sup, y'all?
Sup, dog. How's it going? Yeah.
It could be better.
It could be better.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Take a Chicago hot dog.
Ooh, those are good. Have you tried the new Wrigley Field ones?
I haven't tried that.
So not bad.
Really?
So not bad.
I've never tried a Chicago hot dog. Gotta do it.
I didn't get the Chicago. I didn't go there for what they're famous for.
Yeah.
Because these people are actually from Chicago.
Oh, what?
So like I'm going over there for lunch, right? And I'm like, what do you got? And they're like, we got the Chicago this, Chicago that. I'm like, you got Philly cheesesteak? And they're like, no.
No.
We have this one thing that's kind of like chili, Philly cheesesteak, and I'm like, I'll have that. And they're looking at me like, you came over here. It's a Chicago dog experience.
And you're taking that.
I'm like, never mind all that. Okay? Give me the steak.
So now that we know about
good.
what he eats, we have to know this too. We have to know, where did you come up with the band name Zet? And we all like it. Me, Philip, I'm sure other Marc does too, but maybe that's a little bit shaky, I'm not sure.
It's an acronym. SET is an acronym, XET, okay? And only nobody knows about it except us, the band. When we feel that you guys are worthy to understand, I'm just kidding. When you guys excite us, no.
Yes, that's definitely gonna happen.
I mean, there's really only like 12 to 13 diehard set heads. So that's why I'm saying this. Let them know, okay? Because there are actually, believe it or else, we have a few fan people, which is ridiculous. I mean, why anybody would want to fan us? It's like
13 fans. I appreciate y'all. He appreciates y'all. Everyone does.
I don't care.
Thank you. I do.
I can care less. You can go like Dolly Parton. No, I'm just kidding. No, guys, you guys, whoever's supporting us, we are counting the hits, and thank you. We love you.
Thank you very much.
And if I had a body to get naked, I wouldn't.
He'd give you his body.
But I would
like,
want to. For you guys, all you. Anyway, yeah, SET is an acronym. We're not going to reveal what the acronym is.
Because what's the fun in that?
There's no fun.
What's the fun in that?
There's no fun in that. We're going to get the first album done, and we probably won't reveal it either. Okay?
Alright. On to the next question.
Please.
Let's see. So some people already know that he's made comic books, and he's done a damn good job doing it.
I retired from that, by the way.
He retired, and now he's gone into music. Again. And I guess we're just gonna go back.
Time travel.
And now we're in the past, but I'm a baby now, somewhat. Not really.
I'm a baby.
Okay, so what made you get into music and like want to be in a band? What was the main reason you were like, you know what? Comic books are cool, but music. You know what? What's that? What's that about?
That's a really good question. It's a very open question. Like this is, I'm gonna probably end up talking for another 2 hours just on this question. So
I'm gonna time you. I'm gonna cut you off.
Please
sometimes.
cut me off,
I will cut you off because
I
this guy can go on forever.
I do.
This guy can go on forever.
I know people don't know that about me. I mean, anybody that's been watching our freaking updates and podcasts, I remain silent. All right.
Yeah, right. Are you serious? That is a joke.
I don't really like talking.
Said the drummer.
I don't like talking. I'm not a big fan of it. I don't like exposing myself or letting people know about me. It's all about them, the band, and you fans. No, fans. I said fans. I said the F word.
Oh, no.
I mean, friends. Our friends.
Our
We don't have any
fans.
fans.
No,
And any of you artists out there that call your fan base fans, y'all suck.
No,
Okay?
definitely do.
Because friends buy stuff from you. Friends buy stuff for you. Okay, not fans.
You gotta believe that. Gotta believe that. But going back to the question I had initially said, the question. You remember?
I started doing comic books since I was basically born. All right, I was influenced by my family, who was a very comic book influenced family, because really, we didn't have internet or anything like that. And at that time, the comic books were really becoming its own type of social understanding, so to speak. It was very open-ended. Even though it was difficult for us to talk back to the people that were making comic books, it was almost like they could read our mind. I know some of you transhumanists are going to be all like, oh, well, that's mass consciousness, and, that's actually quite possible. Yeah, whatever. All right? Either way. I'm talking from a creative standpoint. I think that there was a lot of cool stuff that came out there as a kid. It influenced me a great deal. Speaking as a kid who was, I guess you could call it disabled these days, because I was an asthmatic, and I'm still am sometimes.
Okay.
Couldn't run, couldn't even laugh, couldn't eat certain foods, and people hated me for this. They really did, though. But anyway, I didn't get to do a lot of activities that I wanted to as a kid. I don't like football. I don't like professional sports, only because they're a bunch of crybabies, and they make millions of dollars, all to distract you people out there from things that really matter. That's fine. You want to claim a team that does absolutely no damn thing for, like, we live in San Antonio, right? San Antonio Spurs. Spurs go. Where are they going, and why? What is it going to do for me? Nothing.
Right.
Nothing.
But we are kind of going off.
You know what? You're absolutely right.
We are. But
You're
we need to know, man. We need to know, because this is the juicy part. This is the juicy stuff that people wouldn't want to be like, hey, what is this Marc guy about? I want to know what Marc is about. How did you get into music, man?
Comic books actually did influence me in that. I used to play with my toys as a kid and set them up as little. I had a lot of superhero comic books, a lot of Godzilla toys and stuff like that.
Right.
And I would set them up listening to my my brother's stereo. 8-track, by the way.
8-track.
No, he had vinyl. I'm sorry.
Vinyl?
Yeah, it's still around, so it doesn't really sound very nostalgic now that I think about it.
They're kind of coming up. They're coming back.
Anyway, Kiss was one of the big bands. I can't stand them now because of their most of the two band members, Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley, their belief system is non-concurrent to mine. But anyway, plus they didn't really have that much talent, but they got over with showmanship, catchy riffs.
They do have the showmanship going on for them. It's true.
But anyway, Boston, Kansas is my favorite song. They have my favorite song, my 100 top list, somewhere on the internet. And
no, somewhere on the internet is his Facebook, and his Facebook is, I don't know it, but
thank God, 'cause I wouldn't know
he was
it.
about to just throw the guitar in there and not let you hear me out.
No, I have a main Facebook you guys can look at, which is facebook.com/The League of Truth.
There you go.
Facebook.com, my personal stuff. No, sorry.
All right.
I love you guys though, but not that much. Anyway, I do have a list on my personal page where it talks about the 100 songs. I systematically took an entire week, seriously, like an entire week to figure this out.
Yeah.
And figure out what are my favorite songs from all time, sequential order. I'm ashamed to say that 2 of the songs are actually songs that I made.
Awesome. No, you gotta be that. You gotta. Some people don't know this. You gotta be
intellectually honest.
I'm not gonna
sit there and say, okay, well, yeah, you know what? I'm not gonna not pick my own song because it's my own song. That's prejudice, okay?
Straight up.
That is prejudicism.
Straight up.
Anyway.
Straight up.
And I honestly, there are songs that I can listen to, even though it's my voice. Which, by the way, is the voice of an angel. But that's neither here nor there. I'm just kidding. What were we talking about?
We were talking about how
influences.
much
music influenced me a great deal. Kansas, Boston, basically any city or state that had a name, I was there listening to it as a kid. Now you kids will be calling it classic rock. Okay, that sucks.
That's too bad for y'all. Too bad.
Shut up, you bastard. This guy's half my age right here. Okay, but I will say that he has wisdom beyond his years, and I'm really happy.
But anyway, about you have. Let's see.
Well,
I'm starting to freak out because I'm not thinking of any
cool.
questions.
I'm gonna finish your question while you think of the other ones,
Questions?
because the main influences in my life actually started in the 70s. Okay?
Yeah.
But it wasn't until I discovered artists like, or actually I should say rediscovered artists like David Bowie, and of course Nine Inch Nails, which are very similar artists, only in different timelines, really.
Right.
I like the fact that they actually worked together a few times, which if you ever listen to the album, David Bowie's album that Trent Reznor produced, I can't think of the name now, but it's the one where his the title song is Afraid of America, or Afraid of Americans.
Afraid of Americans.
Damn, such a good album.
Sounds pretty good.
Such a good album. We gotta listen to it next time. But anyway, Trent Reznor, big influence on me. When I started to find out that he kind of knew some of the stuff that, I started looking into, which was, I'm not going to really talk too much about that stuff on this interview, because it makes people feel uncomfortable. I've gotten emails where like, well, why do you talk about reptilians? Right? So, I'm just kidding. Of course I'm going to talk about it.
Oh, no. Oh, you had me going, man. You had me going.
Why would I not
I was
talk
like,
about
well, we're not going to have too much to talk about.
Send me emails. I never read them. I you know what? I hover over it and I read the first portion. And if I can tell it's negative, I'm like, you know what? We're going to save you for another day. It's not going to be today or anytime soon. So anyway, he has a song called Reptile.
Right.
Okay? I like that song because it's basically about reptilians. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And I find it interesting because most people will say, well, it's allegorical. And I'm like, that's fine. That is fine. But I would like to meet Trent Reznor someday, get him totally drunk, and ask him, hey, man, you know that song Reptile? Mm-hmm. By this time, he'll probably, because he's got steroids and stuff going on, he'll probably roll his eyes and be like, yes, it's about reptilians.
There you go.
You're done. And I guess what I'm trying to get at is that the main influence of music is social and sometimes economic, but political understanding.
Right.
It's about reason. It's about reasoning with reality and your choices in reality. To me, that's where the major influence comes in.
That sounds good.
I think that as an artist, it's kind of easy to say, well, I make something out of nothing. Okay. Well, why do you make something out of nothing? Well, you asked me, and I'm telling you, I do it now for the reason of not getting laid, not getting rich, but to make a stand in what I personally believe to be true. Okay? Whether it's true or not, it's a belief, and I want to share that with the world to get them to question their own reality and say, well, yeah, there's this crazy dude down in South Texas, he's got this really weird band. They got an acronym. I don't know what it stands for. He doesn't want to tell anybody, but you know what? Some of the music is really making me think, and it hurts my brain, and I don't like it. But I'm going to look into it because he has a good point,
Yeah.
I think that...
Which is pretty much leading to the question of like, well, why is Mark in this band? Why is he doing all this?
I am being dragged by these guys. I mean, I wish they would leave me alone. No, I'm just kidding.
And I will just constantly.
Shut up, Mark. Engineer. Shut up. Sing.
We are doing this interview again. Damn it! Cut this out. Cut this out.
He loves the band.
He loves it. Damn it! Everyone will know. Everyone will know.
Yeah, I'm all like, help! I guess help me.
No, but joking aside, you were kind of leading already up to it. The reason for this band, really. We all know what it is for, but can you refresh why or what this band's about?
I think that this world is obviously being led into, well, let's just say that there are bands out there that kind of see things the way we see them, but because of the social structures and the whole quote-unquote selling their souls to the devil, which just basically means signing a contract, a record contract. But people on the inside know what they're really talking about, which really is selling your soul to the devil, but that's neither here nor there. What I'm getting at is that even those artists are now trying to tell a little bit more about the truth. I'm a Christian. I have a personal belief that the scriptures tell you how the tares will be more known in the later days, and I think that that's actually going on right now. But it's really not about religion for me at this point. What it means to me, or not religion, but my faith. Everything's about my faith, but my reasoning has a little bit more to do with humanistic logistics.
Gotcha.
We are living in a very, very difficult time. Okay. We have political groups out there that are all for tyranny, straight out. I mean, anybody that wants to believe that the two-party system in the United States of America is conservative and liberal, and that those politicians are working for your benefit, either or, whichever side you choose, as if there was only two sides to choose. Please get your head out of your ass. But if you are that type of person that believes that everything is on the level and it's all going according to the way it's supposed to be, you need to look into it deeper. I'm not going to insult you people, because there's a lot of people out there that maybe this is the first time they've ever heard about this stuff. We do a lot of joking around. I play around a lot, but it's only because I'm so damn stressed out about the way this world is going.
Ditto.
And like, if we as a nation don't do something to claim our republic back, we've already lost most of it. We've lost the most important things. We've lost there's no such thing as invasion of privacy for the federal government. Right now, they could be listening to this and looking at this, which I want you to. That's why it's on YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay? Look at it. Listen to it. So the masses are going to come over and say, look, man, we don't want this anymore. Okay? Your two-party system is a joke. And then you try to get us to believe that there's a third-party system for all the independents or libertarians. Let me tell you something about the United States of America. If you believe that the United States of America is a democracy, you're wrong. You don't even know what the government is, or the established republic of the United States. We are a republic, still a republic. That means each state takes care of itself. Now, the reason I'm talking about all this stuff is because this is what we're talking about in the song. This is about political injustice, sociological injustice, and about somebody saying something against it rather than, who wants to get laid
or just going along with whatever they're wanting to.
Or even worse, being part of the social engineering structure, like the Jay-Z's, the Rihanna's, the Taylor Swift's, all these morons out there that clearly sold their souls to the devil to get people to go a certain way. The social engineering, it's been done since before I was born. Nazi Germany, they had a social engineering program before the Jews were all put into the concentration camps, where Hitler actually signed off to get these, artists, these musicians, these movie makers, all to make this propaganda to the German people, so that he could go into his dictatorship at that time much easier, and it worked. You know what I see similar? What's going on in the United States with all the artists that are doing the exact same damn thing. You have movies like Argo, which is horrible political propaganda against anything that has to do with our republic, and always towards the false patriotic movement. Yeah, we should go to war for the right reasons. No.
Right.
We should mind our own business for all the right reasons. We need to close our borders. We need to make economic sanctions towards other countries, not so much sanctions, but better trade agreements with other countries. Instead of writing false notes, let's back up our dollar with something that will hold some validity to China, because China owes our ass. I don't know if you guys are paying attention, but your ass is owned by China. You know that little serial number you have on your birth certificate? Well, some very rich, old, fat people put that number on your birth certificate. You're a human commodity. When they say at your job that you have to go through human resources, look at the word human resources. You're a resource to them. Everybody on television or in the movies or in any type of mass media will refer to you as a consumer. Okay? You guys are nothing more than a consumer to them.
Speaking of consuming, what's your favorite ice cream?
Oh, chocolate.
Chocolate. All right, go on.
Dude,
we need to know these things, because sometimes we just okay. Well, hey, how about this? Do you agree that America's kind of gone more towards of, if you're not interesting within 3 seconds, I am going to go watch this cat go play piano.
Absolutely. Look,
Yeah.
I love that video. But no,
Which is really good. No disrespect to the cat.
I have that cat. No, I'm just kidding. I think that, yeah, and the reason for that is because the whole, see, they want things to go faster because your attention span has been taken away from you.
Yeah.
You're, Americans, as well as many Europeans and third world countries, have no idea what we're talking about because they're too busy trying to survive. They're too busy trying to eat and get people out of their country that are invading them, like the United States and other countries like us. And they're just trying to live. But the first world country, these are, you could call first world country problems, which is a horrible phrase that people say on the internet, but whatever. Yeah, our problem is attention. Everything is going so fast all the time that, I don't know if you've ever seen the movie, The Running Man, the original Running Man with, original, they haven't remade it, but they're going to remake it, I think, with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No, I haven't seen it.
It's a horrible film, but it was very influential when I was a kid. It talked about the future where everything is very fast paced and every single second of TV time was regulated. Like everybody was fighting for those few seconds. You make more money off those few seconds if you got that attention. Well, that's happening now in the United States and of course abroad, and that is something that has been socially engineered. I mean, ever since I was a kid, my attention has always been pulled away, more and more every day.
Right.
I do want to expound a little bit on what I was trying to say before because I was getting sidetracked. But the best thing that I can say is that is why I believe art exists. Most people, including my old mentors from when I was very young, that taught me, why I should do what it is that I do. You have a great gift, Mark. You have a great talent. You should blah, blah, blah. I listened to these guys, okay? And they were wrong. They said it's about self-expression. They said it was about, everything that they said, all their influence was about non-linear self-expression. In other words, just do what you think is right. Just, as long as you're talking. It's like saying that I totally disagree with that now. I think that every single person that has an ability to do something that no one else can do, or at least not like anyone else can do, I think you have a responsibility to that. I'm not a big fan of Stan Lee because I know that he's an illuminist. I know that he's actually got Masons in his family. But one of the things he got right was, with great power comes great responsibility. Spider-Man, right?
Yeah, sure.
I believe the same could be said about any human being on the planet. There is a certain responsibility. If you have food and you have people that are starving, cook the food to feed the people. In this regard, my life has led me to where I am now. I don't know if I've ever talked about this stuff before, but I was an agnostic, which means I don't care whether God exists. Then I turned into a Luciferian, which means that, okay, wait a minute, there's something to this, but I would rather gravitate towards the carnal means, which is Satanism. When the black magic,
The bad side.
pretty much, yeah.
Of
Look at all the Talmudic ideologies, theosophy, anything that was evil, I was there. That ruined my life. That destroyed my life in ways that I don't really want to repeat here. But I will say this: you get what you pay for when it comes to the dark side, when it comes to evil, when it comes to Satan.
Right.
And he won't be there for you when you say, "Hey, Satan, I'll serve you." Blah blah blah. Just do this, this, and this. He won't be there for you when he decides to just leave you on the side of the road.
Right.
So I got pissed off.
This is pretty much like redemption story right here. So yeah, there you go. Keep going. What was what?
I found God after a very, very horrible time. I knew He was there the entire time, by the way. Even when I was agnostic, I just didn't care. I didn't want to know. I didn't care. I think inertly we all have that. It's in our conscience. And I think that it's very important for people to talk about that at the very least rather than deny and say, I don't feel anything, blah, 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 I'm an atheist. But I don't even want to get into the atheistic debate. I've done that over and over again. And won every single time, I might add. But anyway. I'm just kidding, but not really. What I'm trying to get at is that I have a very, I'm not going to say special, but specific road that my life led to up to this point. and it was into comic books first, and I was a comic book publisher. And we were talking about earlier how, how callous I was about it.
Right.
How back then they were fans, and they came up to me and talked to me about a story that I wrote and I drew, and I was like, whatever, get out of here.
Would you mind telling us that story?
No, I don't mind. Sorry.
No.
But I won't. No, I'm just kidding. When we're talking about he's half my age, Mike, the drummer, genius drummer. So about his age, I was signing comic books on the independent trail, and I was my own publisher, and I was trying to get this stuff out here, and I was doing relatively well. I had a couple of partners back then. We would go to signings, we'd talk to people, and they were always so appreciative. My partners were. When the fans had actually read our stories, because we were local boys, and we would do shows here in town to sell our comic books. This one particular show that was at a local college that my daughter now goes to, just crazy. This one kid comes in and he's telling me, "Hey man, I read your comic book," and the first thing I did was grab the comic. The kid didn't even ask me to sign it. I just grabbed it and signed it, and then said, "Thanks, man." Just
imagine a Mark younger just being like leather jacket and just like, oh, you know what, fuck this.
Just imagine an evil me, because that's what it was, dude. I was like, I hate the guy. Like I was telling him before, Mike, before, that if I had met myself back then, and I am the way I am now, I would have punched me in the face and be like, "You are a jerk. You're a scumbag. You think you're better than everyone. Just total jerk." Anyway.
Isn't that how we all are, though, right?
But what's really funny about that, what I didn't say before, is that I was enamored by that. I was enamored by the fact that, this kid actually read the story, because he was like, "Wow, I really like the Atomic Weasel story. That was one of the characters that I created. And I really like this Radius TV." And he asked me, "Did you base that on life?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And I was really, really cynical with my answers, but in reality, in my heart, because there was a lot of numbness as a kid. I was just very hateful. I was like, "Yeah, I did. That's okay, whatever." But inside, I was thinking, "Man, that's freaking sweet." Like a total stranger understood me, understood enough about how I was writing a story and expressing myself to realize that it had to have come from me. It had to have come from my own personal experience. That not only said something about me, but it said something about that kid. If you're out there, I am sorry, dude. I am so sorry, dude. Like, I remember you. You're blonde hair. You're like a skater kid. I didn't even get your name. You told me your name. I want to say it's Kevin. It probably isn't. I'm a jerk for saying it. But I apologize. I was in a really, really dark place back then, man. You're cool. You got through to me. I appreciate it, and you're awesome. But it's really cool that people understood that even when I was a jerk, there was still that idealism that wanted me to come out and say, "Hey, you know what? That kid just acknowledged your existence."
Right.
But not only that, he acknowledged what you were trying to convey. Because it was based on reality. It was between me and an old mentor of mine, which, yeah, I don't want to get into all that.
Well, that was an insight onto some of the music that he makes, lyrics-wise, and why he's in this band, Zet, which is fucking amazing.
Well, yeah.
Just keeping that in mind. We gotta make this interesting. I mean, not interesting, not in that way, but just like interesting in the sense of I don't know.
How's that for interesting?
Yeah, very, very interesting. But let's see. Another question. This other question is more of like, let's see. I guess vocals. How's vocals? How's vocals going?
I'm the worst vocalist in the world.
Vocals are. He's doing a fucking amazing job on vocals.
I don't even know how to spell vocals.
How do you spell this? How do you spell this? I don't know. Yeah.
Nah, I'm just kidding.
As he was asking the dyslexic person.
Alright, shoot, my shoes over there. I'm the greatest vocalist of all time. There's, hands down.
Gotta know that. Gotta know that for
really,
sure.
What else needs to be said? Like, you could maybe get Bruce Springsteen in there, and he might have a shot against me at a, sing-off.
but it would be no comparison.
But
No.
people would be like, boo, boo this man. You know, one thing about Bruce Springsteen while I'm on him,
Yeah.
he's a freaking pervert.
He is. Is he? Really?
Oh, yeah.
Is this from personal experience or?
Yeah, he molested me when I was. No, man, look at this song, man. Like, hey there, little girl, is your daddy home?
Is a dirty home? God.
He's a pervert, man. He's like stalking this little freaking girl. I'm like,
dude, slow your roll. Slow
like,
your
that's
roll.
my job.
But let's see.
By the way, I was kidding about the vocals.
No, he's really fucking good.
I struggle with it like really much.
I think we're trying to find our sound, and I know for a fact that this is gonna be like Kiss the theatrical side of it, and the vocals is just gonna be so melodic and also very out there because we are trying to say something, and this man has a lot to say, and we all are behind him.
You guys have contributed a great deal.
We have.
Appreciate it. Mark is an excellent lyricist, even though he's not sure right now.
Yeah, Mark, what's up, man?
Which means we were delayed on that song that we were working on, but that's cool, man. It's all good. Yeah. You know, I could die tomorrow. Anyway.
What? But let's see. Music stuff. Didn't you had a record studio?
Mm-hmm. A recording studio.
A recording studio?
Yeah, I think I kind of talked about this in some of y'all's stuff, but suffice it to say, I just didn't want to work anymore. Okay. And at that point in my life, I was like, music is what I need to do. Because, I didn't fail as in comic books. I mean, I sold it internationally. Yes, Canada.
Yeah.
Considered international. What's funny about this, I'm not kidding.
Oh,
yeah.
There you go.
I think I sold one in Canada. But, like, you were asking me earlier about how, why music. Well, to be honest with you, I at this day and age, I actually loathe music.
Right.
I don't like music.
Okay.
I don't like what's out there. I don't like having to make it. I know that sounds really weird.
No, I mean, we all are kind of just like, I'd rather just have good music out there already.
Yeah. And it's like, yeah, exactly. Yeah, okay, yeah, you got me there. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's what I want. It's like, it's not there, so it's like, guess I gotta make it.
That's gonna have to
do
this.
It's like, you know what? It's like you really want cornbread, right?
Right.
And like, you love cornbread.
Yeah.
Buttery.
Like, you're so gonna eat this.
A lot of cornbread, and there's no cornbread. And you're like, damn it.
It doesn't have any salt or any
make
butter.
Cornbread. Alright, I'll make the cornbred.
Yeah.
And then you get cornbread and you're like, I love cornbread! It's kind of like that with music, okay?
True.
Now, I'm not saying that, we're super geniuses or anything. I'm just saying that there's a lot of really bad music out there. And
we gotta
sick of the bad music. Because it's all popular.
It is all
you got Lady Gaga. That's what you say, right?
Yeah, that's her name right there.
And Katie Putz, or what is her name? Katie Putsy, or
Katie Putsy.
Whatever.
Katy Perry.
All these guys that are
Burr.
obviously Satanists. I mean, oh gosh, guys, I've seen some of the debates on YouTube, okay, and you got like 12-year-old little girls defending these people saying, she's not a Satanist. Why do you say that?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh, God bless this little child because she's an idiot. Okay.
Poor parents.
It's, it is a parent. It is a parental thing. Like, it is a parental thing. It really is. And some of the kids out there don't even have their parents, so I can understand that as well. But the real problem isn't even the parenting. It's part of the problem, but it's not the whole part. It's not part of. It's not the children. It's the freaking media. It's there. It exists.
Right.
It's like saying, okay, well, I'm gonna let this little 3-year-old kid, walk in this grass. There's probably a bunch of snakes in there, but you know what's cool? I'm just gonna let her walk. She should be fine.
She'll be just fine.
She'll be alright.
Just do it.
And it's like, the problem no longer becomes, just the snakes in the grass.
Yeah.
The problem is with the person that said, hey, it's okay. We are allowing these jackasses to make billions off of selling misery. Okay? Everything that they support, everything that they want you to do and want you to understand and convey. If you know something about songwriting and really look into the history of songwriting, about 95% of the love songs out there that are written, including Bruno Mars, homosexual, including Katy Perry, I could just go down the list. All the A-listers, okay, and even my A-listers of my generation, they are singing to Satan. Those love songs that they're making, that it sounds like, oh, well, I really love this guy, and blah blah blah.
Do you remember Prepare? Seeing that on the NFL, the Super Bowl.
Seeing what?
Seeing the word prepare before
I don't
Bruno
watch
Mars
Super Bowl
came
anymore,
out.
but was there?
There was the halftime show, I believe. And
Educate me. I didn't see it.
oh, okay. I thought you had something to or say about that. But moving on.
No, it's cool because it does make sense that they would put a word prepare like that.
Well, what do you think about that? They he ended up coming out, and he was about to sing a song, and all these little children are singing before he comes on, and this word prepare comes up, and everyone's kind of freaking out on the internet now, saying like, "What was that about?"
Wow, I totally missed that, dude. I gotta look that up.
You got to.
Yeah,
But what do you think about
I mean,
something like that?
speaking as you know, somebody that studies this stuff quite extensively, it probably has more to do with smoke and mirrors. Okay, which means from a I guess from a Luciferian standpoint, they work a lot through and for confusion. So one of their main tactic is to confuse.
Right.
When you are misleading people with disinformation, and there's tons of it out there. Obviously, I even get fooled a lot of the time. That when you said that springboard that thought frame is that they're just trying to confuse people more. A lot of the tactics that Luciferians do in mass media is for confusion, but it's also to scare. The main tactic is to actually implement spells upon you. We could talk about John Todd, who was a former Columbia Records executive, like big wig. Okay, this guy still missing. Nobody knows where he's at. He's not dead. Nobody found his body. But
Spooky.
In the 70s, he broke free and decided to start talking against the Illuminati. Back in the 70s. Okay, so this conspiracy theory, idiots. Who calls you? I mean, don't even get me started. Anyway, that's just a simple way of scoffing. You know, I'm going to steal Dave Chappelle's schnick there. When you call somebody crazy and you didn't take the time to actually look into what the hell they're saying, who's more crazy? The person who's making the claims that are actually accurate, if you would just get up off your fat ass and take a look at it for yourself? And for you people to say, oh, well, that won't never affect me. It is affecting you now. Now. You want to look at a restaurant bill? What is that gratuitous little tax, that new one? That's because of your stupid Obamacare bill, okay? It's happening all over the states. You're getting billed right now because we allowed this jackass dictator to tell us who we can have our health care coverage from. Anyway.
True. I guess I'm going to ask you if there is any generality that you need to get out or say to our fellow people here.
Any more than I already have?
Any more that you've already have. I'm just going to ask you, like, generally, is there anything that that's just, you just have to get off your chest, man? I don't know. That's it. I don't know.
Yeah, actually, I do have a lot. I'm not going to get into every single detail.
But just one thing. One thing that it would really, it's a pet peeve, I guess you would have to call it.
Oh my goodness. Women.
Women.
Straight out.
There you go.
What is up? Really? Like, I'm just kidding. I think my biggest pet peeve is fighting against the people that I'm fighting for. Okay? I don't mean fisticuffs fighting because, I'll kick your ass. I don't care who you are. Bring it. Anyway, but I'm talking about psychological warfare because it's going on out there. I do my best to make sure that I can back up my claims with as much evidence as out there. Okay?
Yeah.
Like most people do. Like most people try to be intellectually honest and do that. My biggest pet peeve are people who are not intellectually honest. Okay? We were having a discussion about religion earlier,
We were.
and I respect you a great deal because you're intellectually honest.
And you are too. You have, if anything, he has so much brain power and able to just remember all sorts of things that are very important to the progression of the planet Earth, practically. And so by y'all watching is just helping everyone else out, really. Taking some of the information of this bright, awesome person named Mark and being able to say it to someone else, like I've been doing, like Philip's been doing, like other Mark has been doing.
Other Mark. Okay, huh?
Mark K. But I agree with you, man, and I think it's one of those things where you make people want to learn, and we have to have that. We need some of that in our universe, and to have you do that in this band is exactly the reason why I got into this band, because I believe in what you say, and I'm sure everyone on the 13 viewers and everyone else that's going to be having more people coming on, and the 13 viewers should be telling more people about this band, please, by all means.
Well, first of all, I gotta start because first of all, I feel really humbled by you saying all that because I honestly don't feel myself anything more than just a scraggly old man that's mad at the world. But I really appreciate that, bro. I really appreciate what you just said. I really, really do. I don't feel like 20%.
It's the truth.
I don't feel it's accurate like at all. Really.
Hey, you just said I was intellectually truthful, and I'm telling the truth here. You're really good, man.
But what I mean, what I guess what I really want to say about that is the fact that I do appreciate that, but the biggest thing that influences me, or the biggest thing that gets me up out of bed, first is God, second is my kid, and third is the rest of humanity. Now, I don't really know what that means musically, but I do feel that I'm the closest that I have ever been to what I initially believed I was born for in terms of music with this project, okay? It takes more, than just one person for it to tango, so I gotta give you guys all the credit in the world. You've got a lot of patience, you've got a lot of intellectual honesty yourself, and you've got a lot of innovation on your own talents. I wouldn't be doing this if you guys weren't as talented as you were. I would probably be on the road, begging for tamales. I like tamales. Or Philly cheesesteak. But like the thing about this band is that it's not for fun. It's not. I mean, we have a lot of fun, but that's just cherry on top. It's about political awareness. It's about socio-economic, psychological, spiritual, and political awareness. If people are able to listen to half the crap that's out there and spend money on it, then they can spend next to no money and listen to us and probably have a much better experience.
I think that's it. I think that was it right there. I think if y'all didn't get that, rewind it and play it again, because that was this whole interview right there. That was the thing that is just what this man's about.
I want my interview to be longer than Mark's. Mark K.
Mark K.
So I'm going to be playing this for a few minutes.
Here we go. Hey, you should be singing that.
Oh, I don't know the notes now.
Oh, dang it. Well, can you sing it?
Carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done.
Oh, yeah.
Lay your worries at his hands. Don't you cry no more. Ow!
I had to do that. I'm sorry. Had to happen.
I think what we're doing here is probably the best thing that's ever happened to me, except for this one girl that I met in Tahiti. Oh my gosh.
In Tahiti's.
Oh man, I've never been to Tahiti.
She had some big Tahitis. I mean, sorry, wait. Wait.
My God, that was brilliant. I was gonna say something lame like she could make some brownies, bro.
She could. Oh my God. Wow. Yeah, I'm totally just like, yeah. All right, yeah. Keep going.
I was kidding. I've never been to Tahiti. In fact, I think I've only been to the other country, which was Mexico. That was a bad run, man. That was a bad run.
What's the most exciting? Like, what's the most embarrassing moment of your life?
Oh,
Gotta know that. That was a pretty good, interesting question.
Man,
That's a good one.
There are several. I think. What the hell? I'm gonna give you one that is so embarrassing that it'll make you cringe. It will make you cringe.
This is good. This is the.
No,
meat.
you know what? I can't tell that one.
Oh, what? You gotta say it.
It's too
You
embarrassing.
got
It's
to
too
say it. What?
Because people are gonna be like, "Hey, you're the guy that..." No.
Don't you agree, everyone? You're 45 minutes in. You deserve this, right? You
Because we haven't
deserve
said
this.
anything intellectual. That's
No,
entire
we
interview.
have, but
You have
some
not
people
gotten your
out
money's
there,
worth.
some people out there, they just want to get to know more. They want to know more.
Okay. All right. The most embarrassing moment was.
You don't have to pick exactly that one, but we gotta have one.
I gotta give you a good one. I don't want it to be recent because there's been some really recent ones,
Oh yeah.
and I'm not looking in anybody's general direction.
He's looking at you. He's looking at you.
I'm so glad you didn't say any names.
Yeah.
But yes, there have been very, very awkward moments in my life. I'm going to try to share one with you that has to do with the entertainment side of my life. I'm trying to remember, though. Speak while I'm trying to remember.
Oh yeah. I'm wanting to go use the restroom a little bit, and I'm talking to them.
God, shut up! Pick up your crap.
Hey, yeah, it's my turn now. It's my turn now. But yeah, let's see. My day was pretty good. I was doing stuff, and here's some chapstick.
Oh, man. That's actually
I like some chapstick. Oh yeah, lip balm.
Natural beads.
Lip balm.
For you.
And I've been breaking out recently.
He's stressed.
I'm stressed out, yo. Pretty stressed out. And the Avengers are pretty cool people.
Hell yeah! Avengers Assemble!
Avengers Assemble! Assemble! Anyway, I went to go see 300, and it is really awesome, but only in 3D, not in 2D, because the storyline's it's alright.
That sucks because I'm blind from one eye. It's gonna do me no good.
Oh, that sucks.
I'm not a big fan of Frank Miller anyway. That dude's a Luciferian. You can kiss my ass, Frank.
Some Luciferian 3D titties is all I needed to see.
I don't care about all that devil stuff. I just want to see 3D boobs.
3D boobs while I'm drinking.
Wow.
That'd be awesome. That was my night. That was my night. Draft house night.
I love the draft house. Anyway, most embarrassing moment was when I was a kid. No, it's not the most embarrassing moment. It was pretty bad though.
Okay, we gotta know. What is it?
Let me see. I was
You gotta say it, man. You gotta say it.
All right, there was this talent show when I was a kid, and I really didn't have too many friends as a kid, but the ones that I did have were freaking awesome, dude. They were like so intelligent.
Yeah.
But we were all geeks and nerds, and we didn't fit in. So we decided, you know what, we're gonna do a talent show. And I thought to myself, oh man, this is my way. Because of the thespian society in middle school at my school, there was this girl that I was infatuated with.
Right.
Completely enamored with.
Dang.
I forget her name now.
But it was a girl that was pretty damn important at the time.
I think her name was Kimberly.
Kimberly,
you're watching? Could have had all this.
All
this.
All that.
But let me tell you why she didn't want all this. We had spent like a week and a half choreographing a ninja fight scene, okay? Because I was really into ninjas.
Yeah.
And we did it pretty well. You know, we freaking choreographed the crap out of this, man. We were like, yeah, you know, we're going to get up on stage, we're going to get in the talent show, and we're going to win. And she was one of the judges, right? I was like, here we go, man. We go out there.
Oh, man. Here we go.
And we fall over ourselves. I literally trip and fall almost off the stage entirely. And needless to say, she laughed at me, okay?
Oh, man.
Yeah,
Did you turn red as a tomato?
No, you know what, because I was really smart as a kid, so right then and there I figured, you know what, that little tramp, she's not who I want. The person that I would want would not laugh at me when I was trying to impress her. That was pretty embarrassing. That was one of the most embarrassing times of my life.
That is pretty embarrassing. I mean, ninja tripping. Who would have known?
Tripping.
Ninjas, just so you know, they never trip. They never trip. They never.
This time they did.
This time he did.
And it hurt. It hurts so bad.
Single tear.
Yeah, there's a bunch of other times, but that's pretty much the only one that I feel comfortable with talking about. I'm pretty sure that Kimberly girl is dead. I'm just kidding. She's been murdered.
She's gone now.
Yeah, but that was bad. Cause like it was I've always wanted to entertain people one way or another, and my anxiety makes me make people laugh or try to make people laugh. Rather, I can't make anybody do anything, but my personality gets me in a lot of trouble. You know, mainly with females that think that well, this guy is something that he's not, or this guy is something that I think he is because of the way he acts. It's like I am a very complicated person, and if you want to get involved with me, you're going to need to understand that what you see on the outside is generally what you see on the inside, but there's a bunch more crap that's inside of me too.
Yeah. So you would have to say that the emotionally adventurous, give him your number. Give him your number.
Oh my God, we didn't even talk about like dating, like, because I'm single right now. By the way, you're welcome.
Yeah. There you go. You're welcome, everyone.
You're welcome.
You are
but
welcome.
No, and like I'm glad you didn't ask anything like that. Like, what are you thinking, a lady? What's your ideal woman?
No.
Now you're gonna ask. Damn it.
No. Yeah, it's probably gonna come. It's actually, you know what? I think that was perfect. I don't think we need to go into it too much. But what is your ideal woman? What is your ideal woman?
But since you mentioned it, I said I wouldn't mention it, but I'm gonna mention it. My ideal woman. I actually told my ex-wife this once. My ideal woman would be, Katy Perry. No, I'm just kidding.
Katy Perry.
No, I hate that broad. I don't even think she's a human being, but whatever.
Yeah.
Bette Midler, Annette Bening, Farrah Fawcett, Tina Louise from Gilligan's Island. Look it up. And man, there was some other female, but it would be like a mixture of all those women into one.
Yeah. Personality wise, or just like looks wise? Both.
Looks is really, it's not that important. Like,
yeah.
I know most guys these days are socially engineered to love big rear ends and big chests, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not a very big chested guy or a big rear end guy. In fact, looks overall, I don't really care anymore. I did, like just last week. No, I'm just kidding.
It's like,
but these days, I'm very adamant in trying to find out. See, I'm going to reveal something that not really anybody knows about.
Okay.
And I guess this is a good time to do it. My biggest fear, even today, I'm not very afraid about anything today, but this is one big fear that I still have that kind of haunts me when I'm trying to go to sleep, is I don't want to die before somebody actually understands me, truly understands me, you know?
Right.
Like, you guys get close. My kids, the closest, obviously. But sometimes people don't even understand themselves, you know?
It's true.
So it takes an outside party to go out there and actually be like,
and bring out that
this is you, and then you'd be like, wow, I guess that is me. So I don't want to die before that happens. That doesn't happen, you know? I want to be able to find somebody that is truly going to understand me. I hate revealing that because it's really personal, but this is an interview and I'm supposed to revealing stuff.
Because I said so. Because I said so.
He was like, yeah, you're going to tell the truth. I'm like, no, I'm not.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
I'm going to play this off. I'm going to play it all the way off. And this Jack, he made me freaking tell the truth. Anyway, so I guess my ideal mate, or my ideal mate, or date, we'll go with that, would be somebody that puts out quick. No, I'm kidding. Somebody that would actually be able to get that, you know, understand me even more than I understand myself, at least at this point. And then if they point it out, it'd be like, oh yeah, that is me, thanks, you know?
It's me, y'all.
And, you know, you think you get close, man. You think you get really, really close with some people, and it's like, people are different, you know? People are who they are, they make their choices, and, you know, no more so than I make my choices. And I think we were talking about somebody earlier, and like, you know, 10 years ago I would have been very different about, you know, the way I do things when it comes to, you know,
Right.
diversity in relationships.
Let's just say you would have been more wilder.
I would have done the wrong thing. Now these days, I respect choice. I respect rights because I believe every human being should have it. That's just not my personal political view, and I don't practice it in real life. I practice it in real life. Everybody's choices are very important. That's why it's so important for us to make the right choice. Whether you make the right choice or not, it's completely up to you, but I am going to respect the fact that you do it because that's my political affiliation, that is my religious affiliation, that is my psychological affiliation. And if more and more people actually live that way, I'm not saying I'm perfect, I'm pretty close, but I'm not saying I'm perfect. I think we'd all be a lot better off. But an ideal date would be somebody that would accept me for who I am, first of all, and that's really hard to begin with. I mean,
that's really hard for most people.
I'm coarse. I'm like, I don't even want to talk about how horrible I am, but I'm bad. So you get to know me on that, dating, mating process or relationship. You're in for oh wow.
Big spurs.
But if you are, if you're willing and you feel that that's where you need to be, I think that would be ideal. Not so much the way she looks, or even the way she acts, man. I mean, she could act however she want, but if she got me,
Yeah.
If she understood me, I'd be like, we need to make beautiful music together.
There you go.
Booyah!
Music from here, music from there, music everywhere. Music everywhere. And I think that should be it, right?
Oh, you tell me you're like, are we done?
Are you done? Have you gotten everything to where everyone knows a little bit on why? Because I gave y'all everything. If you check my interview, I gave you everything. If you check Philip's interview, he gave everything. And this is the part where everyone's like, why is this band made? Now you know. Now you know. There's this guy's personality, there's my personality.
It's all of us together having a worldview that just so happens to coexist and coincide with each other's world viewpoints. Except for Marc. Marc wants to sing about, tiger lilies and fairies. I'm just kidding.
Tiger lilies.
We all agree that it's fundamentally important to say what I'm saying. It's really important to say what it is that we are saying. We appreciate anybody who pays attention. That's what we're here for, and I love you guys. I love you guys. Even the guys that I hate, I love.
There's love everywhere, guys.
Group hug.
Everyone's just hugging. Everyone's just hugging. All right, man. I would say peace out and God be with you, right? God be with you.
God be, baby.